Hi guys, I thought I would kick off this month's batch of videos by showing you how I keep my copper hair colour fresh in between dye days. So I don't know if the camera's picking it up. From my angle it is. So about here down you can see it's still quite dark, like the colour's still quite vibrant, but sort of this part it's started to fade. So it's been 3 weeks today, I think, since I last coloured my hair using the Superdrug Colour Vibrance. Now this part of my hair is more porous than this part, and I'm 99.9% sure that is from when I stripped out the dark red. I don't know if you guys have seen that those two videos I did, but this part of my hair was almost blonde by the end of it. So as a result, I have noticed that the colour fades quicker from this sort of section of my hair. So where my roots aren't too bad at the moment, but the colour has faded quite noticeably, I thought rather than use the same box dye with the permanent bleach and ammonia and all that, I thought I would give a semi-permanent hair colour a go. The hair dye that I'm going to be reviewing and generally playing with today is the Crazy Colour hair dye. This shade is Coral Red. The reason why I chose Crazy Colour is because my best friend actually has pink hair, and she has used, I would say, 3 or 4 of the pink shades of the Crazy Colour, and they seem to work pretty well on her hair. So I've read some reviews of this after I'd bought it. They were sort of a bit mixed. So they were generally positive, saying that it was a vibrant colour, it lasts, I think someone said it lasts up to like 20 washes or something, I'm not 100% sure. But other people have said it comes out really patchy. So this is going to be interesting. I bought 2 bottles, but I'm only going to use one today, where I'm only going to do it on sort of half of my hair. I got this from a shop in town in Cardiff called Blue Banana. I don't know if it's a chain, but it's basically a bit of an alternative shop. They sell like the rockabilly dresses and the big chunky black boots, and there's like a piercing studio, band t-shirts, that sort of a shop. That's where I got these from, because it was 2 for £8. It's also available in Superdrug and like hair shops and Amazon, fairly certain. So if you would care to join me down in the bathroom, let's see how this is going to work. So I hope you guys can see me alright. I'm doing this completely blind, so I apologise if this is a horrible angle. Basically where my ring light's broken, I've got my camera propped up against the window. So yeah, anyway, so like I said, the Crazy Colour in Coral Red, and what I'm going to do, just where I'm not putting it all over my entire head, I'm going to do the old brush and bowl method. So this is the colour that it is. Again, I really hope you guys can see. I'll show you guys once it's all in the bowl anyway. Wow. It's quite a lot in this bowl, to be fair. It says it's 100 mils. So 3.38 fluid ounces, if that's how you measure it. This is quite orange. Basically the colour swatch I will put up at some point. Let's say I'm going to put it up here somewhere on the video while I'm talking. It's a fairly obvious orange, even though it advertises itself as coral red. It looks pretty orange to me. That was actually one of the negative reviews I read, was the person that reviewed it wanted red hair dye, but it was orange. But with all due respect, I'm hoping you guys can see, it's fairly obviously going to come out orange. So that negative review I didn't pay any attention to. Right, that's pretty much all out now. the bowl is actually fairly full, so I'm quite pleasantly surprised by that, because I have a lot of hair, so I was a bit sort of apprehensive of the fact that I'd have to use the 2 bottles. But like I said, I'm only going to do it on sort of the top half of my hair, and then if I've got any left over, I'll put that on the mid-lengths and ends, just because then I don't want to have the same effect but opposite. So the gloves I'm using, these are just from the first aid section in Superdrug, the vinyl disposable ones. I feel like I should probably invest in some proper hair colouring gloves, but I figured these would do just for now. So I'm gonna I've got the mirror here. I did originally have the camera in the sink with the mirror, but it was really, really dark because my bathroom's really dark. So I'll be sort of in between the two, so I apologise for appearing ignorant. So let's section my hair. It's really tangly. Oh yeah, it says on the bottle to apply the hair dye to freshly, well, the hair colour I should say, it's not dye, to freshly shampooed hair. But I only shampooed my hair yesterday, so I cheated slightly and I just got it wet and then gave it a little detangle. Because all the products I put in yesterday, they were water soluble, so I didn't feel the need to shampoo because I don't want to shampoo my hair 2 days in a row. It's not good for your hair. So here are my little first sections. I've got my trusty brush and my bowl, and the dye is down here. Of course, the kids have left a big mess under the radiator of clothes and bath toys and the like, so I've kicked them out of the way. So let's begin. So I want to do it to about here, sort of here downwards. So I'm now going to look ignorant, but hopefully I can still sort of make eye contact with you guys. To be honest, looking back, I don't know why I didn't just put the camera on selfie mode. That would have made so much more sense. So I am just painting it onto my hair down to about here. I don't know how long that bit of hair is. And then I'm going to do what I do usually, flip it up and paint the underneath. And then just sort of massage the colour in. And then that's why it feels different. I don't normally do it like this, do I? I normally just whack it all on and hope for the best. Oh well, Brad Monday, you should be proud of me. So, again, next section now, just painting it on, sort of halfway down, and then a little bit more. I'm only doing it sort of a small amount at a time to begin with because I want to make sure it's going to go far. Like I'd rather not have to open the second bottle yet because I'm going out in a few weeks, so I'd rather save it for then so I can top up my colour before I go out. Don't even know if this is going to do anything, to be fair. And then last section for this bit. Doesn't really smell of anything. I did read a review that said it smelled really nice, but to me it just smells like plastic. Right. So I've been trying to sort of be fairly consistent with the application. Like I've put it quite far up, but only to sort of halfway down my hair. So I will now do the rest of my head and be back. I did actually film myself putting the dye on the rest of my hair. For some reason it didn't work. I think there was a warning saying my phone was getting too hot or whatever. So I will just finish up quickly. So as you can see, I've put all the colour on my hair. It's actually feeling really conditioning. I'm quite excited about this. I've got a little bit of the colour left in the bowl. I'd say I used about 2/3 of it. So what I'm going to do, as is standard procedure with all of my hair dyeing videos, all technique is now going to go out the window, and I'm just going to slap whatever is left on my hair. So I am still trying to sort of focus on the top and the mid-lengths and all that, but I am now gonna go down to my ends a little bit and hope that I don't end up with the same situation as I had at the beginning. So, slapping this on. Really annoyed about that time lapse. I don't know what happened there. Making sure I get the back of my head as well. And then flip round. When I look in the light, it doesn't actually look like it's made that much of a difference. I hope my hair's not too dark for this, because obviously semi-permanent hair colours like this work best on like white blonde level 10 hair. I think my hair's about a 7. I'm fairly certain the hair dye that I used, the number on the box, I'm fairly certain it said 7.63 or something. So I'm wondering if that's the sort of level that it'll lighten your hair to, because obviously it's got the peroxide in it. So I am very impressed with this colour because my hair feels pretty saturated. I'm not rubbing it into my scalp. I'm just sort of ensuring it's evenly distributed and sort of feeling around. And I have actually still, again, got some left. So let's just continue with the slapping on randomly. In fact, let's ditch the brush. Who needs a brush, eh? I'm just making sure that my roots and mid-lengths, the sort of bit of my hair that was, it sort of faded to like a gold colour almost. It was a really nice colour, to be fair. In the light it went almost like a sort of honey blonde sort of a shade, like a golden copper, but obviously I don't want to have two-tone hair, which is why I'm getting rid of it. If all my hair was that colour, I wouldn't mind it. So I'm just sort of getting this last little bit. I want to get my money's worth. Although saying that, like I said, this blue banana, Right, I don't know what is going on with my phone today. It just keeps cutting out the videos. Basically, as you saw there, I was quickly applying all the hair dye, getting it all rubbed into my scalp. I have now put on a nappy sack to incubate it. I'm following all the rules today. You're welcome, Brad Mondo. So I'm going to leave it for the full 30 minutes. It says leave to 15 to 30 minutes. I'm doing the full 30. Get my money's worth, get as much of that processing done as possible. I'm then going to rinse with cool to warm water, slightly cooler than I normally have it, just to ensure that I don't end up stripping out the colour. And then I'll be back to show you guys the final results. So my phone's about to die. I've had an absolute corker of an experience trying to film today, so I'll be very quick. So this is the final result. Filing forwards, you can see it's a lot more even, the colour is a lot more vivid, it's a lot brighter. So my overall impression of using the crazy colour, coral red, for the first time, it's really good value for money. Like I said, it's 2 for £8 in blue banana, and I only needed to use the 1 bottle. So in a couple of weeks, if I need to top up my colour again, or once I've dyed my roots next, I might use the rest of this instead of putting the permanent all over. Haven't quite decided yet, but either way, I've got another bottle left over basically. So my hair, this is a semi-permanent colour, my hair doesn't feel dry, it doesn't feel thirsty, it feels really happy and soft and shiny and nice. It's also not too red, as well. I was a little bit apprehensive because it's coral red. I sort of had visions of it going closer to the colour I used to be, the sort of Ariel red. But it's not, basically. It's got like this ever so slight red tint to it, but looking at it in the mirror behind the camera, it's pretty much just a nice warm orange shade. I was slightly worried when I took off the nappy sack to rinse initially. It looked really dark and I was like, oh no, what have I done? It's going to end up going brown, or I just had visions it was going to go really, really dark. But luckily it's not. It's going to be good to see. It's a bit overcast today, so it'll be interesting to see how bright it goes in the sun. But yeah, it's a definite not brown. It's also Curly Girl approved. So if you're following the Curly Girl method strictly, which as we all know I'm not, but if you are and you wanted to sort of top up your hair colour, this is suitable. So I washed all the colour out until the water was mostly clear. I'm 90% sure this is what it says. Oh, it just says rinse thoroughly. I might be looking at a different brand when I was just researching. But yeah, so the water wasn't 100% clear, but to be honest, it's not 100% clear when I wash my hair anyway. So yeah, it's still, there is, like you can still see it's slightly uneven, but it's just generally made it look a lot more one-toned. I haven't got that sort of ombre effect going on. So it'll be interesting to see just how long this crazy colour is going to last. I keep checking if my phone's going to die. Obviously it's a semi-permanent, but since I've started using the Aldi Volume Conditioner that you will have seen me reviewing in a few weeks back, I have started co-washing again, and that is not as harsh on coloured hair as shampooing. So I'm hoping it will sort of tide me over until my roots come through more, and then I'll need to do a permanent hair dye again. So thank you guys so much for joining me for my review of the Crazy Colour Coral Red Semi-Permanent Hair Dye. Let me know down in the comments what you think of my new look, sort of. What you think of Crazy Colour. Also, if you've tried like Manic Panic, anything like that, just let me know what your sort of thoughts are on these sort of more vivid semi-permanent hair dyes. As always, don't forget to hit like, subscribe and share, and I will see you soon. Bye bye! Don't know what's going on here. Itchy eye.